Here we are today. We're going to cook some vegetables today. We're going to cook some onions and bell peppers, and we're even going to grill up a ham steak when we get done here. But we're going to cook a few things. So these are my charcoal lighters. That's what I'm using as a tumbleweed. So let me step over here out of the way and see if we can get this one going. I think that lit, so let's see what happens here. Stand by for a few minutes and we're gonna let this thing get hot and we're going to cut up some vegetables. Well, here we are today. We're gonna cut up some vegetables here. I've got the bell pepper, we'll do that. We're just gonna do a simple vegetables today. So we're gonna do this with some butter. I guess I could get my margarine out. It's margarine actually. And salt and pepper. And we're gonna grill them with some smoky flavor and some charcoal. So just bear with me a little bit. Let's get this thing going, right? I love grilled onion. I love grilled bell pepper. My wife's not crazy about the bell peppers, so we're gonna cook these different today. We're gonna cook them in separate pans. But I just cut these up. They've been washed already. I just do straight cut. I like mine in big pieces. It's up to you. If you don't, you can chop them up more. But on the grill, I just really like them in slices. So that's what we're doing today. We're just kind of slicing them up, seeing where we are. Yeah. There's, like I say, there's several ways of doing this. You can do it this way, or you can actually just cut them at an angle like this. As you go across, you just make them chopped up. As you notice, I'm using disposable cutting boards because my grandson has got celiac disease, which is, and I don't want any cross pollination. So we just kind of bought a lot of these disposable cutting boards, and we really like them. And I'll put the link down below if you want some of them. Of course, vegetables are not hard to clean. They're cleaned up pretty easy, but when I'm cutting meat and different, especially when I'm cooking chickens and things, I sure don't want it to cross-contaminate anything. One more bell pepper, and then we're going to cook some onions. Cut some onions up. Like I say, I've got a cabbage today. I've got some green bell pepper today. They had them all on sale yesterday for 99 cents a piece. These are big, juicy peppers, and they had them on sale for $1.99, so I grabbed about 6 of them. We'll see what they look like here in a little bit. But yeah, you're gonna be surprised how easy these are to cook and cut up. They really do a good job. And then chop up some onions after this. As you know, I'm outside today. I love being outside. We're in the fall weather right now. It's just been really a nice kind of weather right now. We're gonna get back up in the mid 70s today. But right now we're in the 60s, so it's just really very comfortable out here. There's no wind blowing today, just very peaceful today. We need some of those kind of days, just kind of chill and relax a little bit, right? spread these out a little bit, and I'm gonna get some salt and pepper on here so we can kind of let them start getting going. Then we're gonna put some more butter. You know, there's like a lot of stuff going on here, but they're gonna really cook down a lot. So not near as much as we think it is. Okay, back to cutting up. We're gonna cut these green peppers up. A couple laying here. I have a trash can right here, a trash bowl right here. I put my stuff in a bowl, kind of trash them out there. I don't mind the seeds myself. Some of you may not want the seeds in here, but you're welcome to cut them out if you don't like them. I think it's just more flavor. There's more pepper. Some more pepper. Of course, the salt, we shake them a little bit high, and that way they kind of get more evenly done. Okay, let's got them ready to go. They're ready to go on the grill. So let's just set them aside, and we'll take a little breather here. Here we go. We're gonna put some butter in this pan, and we're going to also do our cabbage. I'm gonna put the rest of the butter in here because I like a lot of butter with my cabbage. This is gonna be like I said, we got a lot of butter, salt and pepper, and then some flavor with the smoke as well. We got old Willie out here beside us. He's our outdoor cat, and he's hanging out with me today. So you hear him out here back every once in a while. He's letting me know he's still out here, so, and that's okay. Okay, now the cabbage is a little bit more difficult to cut up than the bell peppers, but we're gonna tackle it the same way. I cut that end off, then I cut it in half, and then I quarter it, and we just take the core out. Got it in half. Now we're gonna do a quarter. And we're gonna do a quarter again. And like I said, we've seen that core right here. This is your core. We'll just trim this core right out of here. Just take the core out. Same thing here. Just reach in here and pull the core out of this one. And we're done on that. We can start trimming it, cutting this one up. I cut it up in strips. This is just a small cabbage. I'm right here in Baldwin County, South Alabama. And they just had this over at the fresh market, at the farmer's market kind of deal. We have a place here, they sell local produce as well. So this has just come from right here to home. So we're just gonna slice this up. This makes a delicious meal, I'm telling you. Cabbage, I've seen people cut them up and make cabbage steaks out of them. You know, I don't know if I turned it on. Hey, Willie. Hey, Willie. Yeah, we're cutting up stuff today, aren't we? We're gonna make some cabbage. Cabbage really cooks down. I guarantee you, when you're cooking it down, you'll be surprised how much is in here. You think there's a lot of cabbage. It's gonna really cook down, as you're gonna see today. And we'll follow through and we'll keep you updated as we go along later today on the grill. And then, like I say, I got a thick ham steak. It's a Cook's ham. And we got it stored, and it comes in a big strip like this, and about yay thick. And we're gonna cook that on the grill too to finish up for our dinner tonight. So we're gonna have a great dinner. I'm gonna have a lot of leftovers. I love cabbage leftover. I love my onions and peppers leftover. So we're gonna have a lot of that left over today. And I'm gonna eat pretty good this week. I should have got some hamburger meat and cooked me some hamburgers or a piece of chicken for my lunches, but it'll be okay. Gonna get it done. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up, and we'll get back to you in a little bit. Land O'Lakes margarine just works really well out here on the grill. We're gonna put about half more of this in there, and then I'm gonna put the other half in my onions. So, all right, be right back. Here we are back. We're working on our onions right at the moment. Yeah, we're gonna trim them up, and I've just got some of them started here. I was cleaning them earlier. They would just pull the skin right off. So we're gonna cut these up. We're gonna put them in the pan. We're gonna get them ready to go on the grill. These are Vidalia sweet onions. They're really sweet on the grill. They really make a great place on the grill. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my butter on the bottom this time. So, go ahead and just cot it all up and put it in there. It melts quicker that way. But yeah, I called it butter, didn't I? But it's as we said before, it's really margarine. There is some difference in it, but we don't want to talk about that today, right? That's okay. So let's get these onions cut up. Like I say, I like them in big chunks. It's up to you, just according to how you want to put them. But I'm gonna cut them slices, and then I'm gonna cut across the slices, and then we're just gonna call it done. Big piece of onion there. Piece out of there. These are just gonna melt in your mouth when we get done. I'm gonna cut these in quarters, and we're gonna just try these a different direction. See which way we like better. We'll tell them on the grill later on. I'm just gonna chop her like this, because it's just get them cut up where they can cook and get some smoke in them, as well as cook evenly. So that's what we're doing today. Very simple cook. I love my vegetables. And I'm gonna grow some of these next year. I don't know, between my time and the garden and the weather this year, I just didn't have a very big garden. We're gonna talk about that, and my wife plants all these pot plants out here and takes care of the flowers. And in between time, while these are all cooking, I'm gonna have to water everything because we're in a dry spell right at the moment. So it takes a little while to water, but I won't drag you along for that. I'll just come back after we get started in the cooking process and keep you up on the cooking today. So lots of fun. We're gonna put some salt and pepper on these, and we're gonna get these on the grill. And I will be back a little while as we progress along, right? So that's where we're at today. Like I said, we started up the big grill this morning, got it going. It's getting warm out there. And we're just gonna go put all this stuff on here and get this cooking and going. I may have to add a little Worcestershire sauce to it a little bit later. But for now, we're just gonna start salt and pepper, and we'll taste them a little bit later as we go. My wife likes a lot of salt. Okay, so we'll be back in a little bit.
We're back. Let's take a look at this. We got the grill on here. Got cabbage here. And a fire down here. We're gonna put this cook's ham on. Let me show you how we do that. Now it's time to put the ham on. We got a cook's brand ham here. This is a center cut piece of ham. And all we're gonna do is put it on the grill. It needs to warm up about 2 to 4 minutes. So we're gonna just stick it right here. I'm gonna pour a little bit of Dr. Pepper. There's 23 different flavors in it, right? And then we're gonna just do this. Wet it down a little bit here. Don't get too hot. These are pre-cooked already, so they don't have to be done anything but heated up. Another thing, I like to add a little more flavor to them. It just gives me a little bit more flavor. My wife loves the sweetness. So we're just gonna do the brown sugar on top of our Dr. Pepper. And we're gonna slide it right over that fire, and we're gonna let this thing cook. And if you notice, our veggies are about ready to go. Now we're gonna wait 2 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and close the lid, and we're ready to go again.
Okay, it's been a couple minutes. We got to flip these over because they don't take but a minute here. Look how pretty that is. Do a little more juice on it, just to be just on the safe side. Just keep it moist. I like a little, keep it moist. Okay, that's gonna wrap up today's cook. So we got them all finished here. Let me grab a camera here and show you a little bit. We have onions and cabbage, bell peppers, and a little piece of sausage. And look at that ham. That thing is gonna be so nice. So we'll slice that up. Like I say, that's a Cook's brand ham, and it was already cooked. So until the next video, we're going to enjoy our dinner. Have a great day.